are you? So, we're still working on our framework, but today we work on the development part of our essay. This is about the means and matters. So, as you can hear, my bell's going off, but I'm going to show you what my kids did just a few seconds ago. And so I did a complete different piece of evidence from our article. Go back and check the last couple of days because we've been working on this framework for a while, so you can see how we're going and what we've been doing. But we still have the same prompt. And so here was our prompt. And we found evidence yesterday, and today we were going to explain the evidence. And I'm excited about what my kids actually put on the board. I was kind of surprised. I wouldn't have done it like this, but I've had these kids before. I had them in 6th grade, so I know what they had. And I wanted them to go through the framework, which you can grab in my classroom resources for the printables. Go up to the link in my bio if you want this. This is what we use. So I knew what they did in 6th grade. They had a great 7th grade teacher, so I was ready for them to go through this to refresh their memory. And then our next task is I'm just going to be giving them evidence, and we're only going to focus on means and matters. So I was really surprised at what they came up today for their first shot of doing something like this. I teach 8th grade, by the way, and this is my 25th year in education, 2nd year in building thinking classrooms. So here we go. Let me show you what they did. All right, so that was the evidence that they came up with yesterday, and today we developed it, and I went around and I picked the winner of each group. So it says, how long until we have prosthesis that makes athletes better in their sports, and means soon athletes will be able to do much more than the regular human body using bionic technology. And then why does that matter? Using bionic technology, some athletes could become better than the rest of the field, making it unfair, ultimately making sports uninteresting because everyone's superhuman. I mean, that is crazy that they came up with that. I thought that was a really good example. Here, let me show you another one. Okay, and so here we are with their piece of evidence. They are going to enhance our abilities, giving us powers we never had before and augmenting other capabilities we have. And here's their means. People with this technology will be more powerful than what was intended for us when we were created. And why does that matter? This should concern people about how far they should push the human abilities and what kind of things they are doing to the human bodies. And this should also make people ponder the risks of these changes. Great responses, very first response ever. We've got some work to do, but I think that they're starting to get it for their ECRs. So what I did and how I taught them. So when we did the means part, I'm like, okay, so let's look at the quote that you chose for the evidence that they pulled from the passage. And now, so what does that mean? That's going to be small, kind of narrow about what that means. But then when they get to the matter section, that's big, broad, and how it affects society, social truisms, those types of things. We're thinking big, broad, as in the world. And so that's kind of where they came up with that. So when we actually do our ECR, we've got conclusion to do on Monday. So check back, like, save, share, follow. These are long, so make sure that you're doing that if you want to see the rest of the framework. So Monday we're going to do that. But for their first attempt at an ECR this year, and we're like beginning of September, I think it's going to be pretty good. So we're going to do hook and conclusion on Monday. And then they're going to actually type it in an ECR format in Google Docs. We do have Writable. We are an HMH campus, and we have Writable, so they're going to type it right into Writable, and Writable will grade it right there with the Texas rubric, which is great. And they're going to get to see their score on how it would be graded as if it were a STAR test. And then we're going to work from there for our grows because it does give glows and grows. And so we're going to be doing that. So I'm super excited about what they actually put on the board. Like, yay, this early in September. So anyway, if you have any questions, throw it down in the comment. Happy teaching.